Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And yes, that is who you thought it was if you happened to be on the New York City subway system on Monday. And if you thought it was actor Harrison Ford, you probably blurred your eyes and said, no, it can't be. Well, guess what? It was indeed Harrison Ford on the subway, and he reportedly told a fellow subway passenger that he hadn't rode the train in years. And he followed his wife's instructions as she was headed to her off-Broadway play. And she told him to take the downtown 1 train and get off at 59th Street. And that is exactly what he did. Harrison Ford, Monday on the New York City subway system. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach me this hour. We have a lot to talk about. 800-848-9222. Plus, I'll be joined by a live guest at the bottom of the hour. The wonderful Tunnel to Towers Foundation is teaming up with a group known as Guardian Revival. We'll talk to the CEO at the bottom of the hour. But Attorney General Pam Bondi is so correct. She's seeking the death penalty for the cold-blooded assassination of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The suspect's lawyer, back at a December hearing, tried to act like the suspect is the victim.
Like every other defendant, he is entitled to a presumption of innocence. But unfortunately, the way this has been handled so far, his rights are being violated. And as you know, Your Honor, there's a wealth of case law guaranteeing his right to a fair trial. But none of the safeguards have been put in place yet here. In fact, it's just the opposite of what's been happening. He's a young man, and he is being treated like a human ping pong ball between two warring jurisdictions here. These federal and state prosecutors are coordinating with one another, but at the expense of him.
So, full stop. Luigi Mangione, the alleged suspect. Let's stop with this nonsense. He is not a hero. He's not a folk star. Women mailing him panties and so on and letters in prison. Folks, if he's the man that committed this crime against the CEO, yes, we all know that these health insurance companies are horrible. We all know that they look for ways to avoid paying the bills, even though you've paid premiums to them for years. We get it. But remember this fact. Brian Thompson, good or bad, an American citizen walking the streets of New York City, gunned down on the street. You wouldn't shoot an animal like that, shot in the back and killed, and that man had children, and now those kids don't have a father. Stop acting like Mangione is some great hero. If he's the guy that did this, he is a nut job, and he belongs to exactly what happened to Brian Thompson, in my book, is exactly what should happen to this animal. We're going crazy. Oh, he's so good looking, and you look at his body. If he's the guy that did it, cold-blooded murder. 800-848-9222. We're also following the horrible story out of Suffolk County, Long Island, New York. The animal sanctuary owner, about 100 cats, died in the fire. This owner, very special person, began rescuing cats in 2006, apparently after the death of his own son. 300 cats on the premise. And the flames broke out approximately 7:15 a.m. Monday at the Happy Cat Sanctuary in Medford, according to the Suffolk County Police Department. And on the other show that I do, early this morning, we had a caller, Hannah, in the Bronx that happened to know the owner, and Hannah was quite emotional.
Thank you so much for giving me the platform to honor Chris Arsenault. He deserves a lot of love and hero, and all those cats who passed away. And I'm very sad. I'm very sad. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Hannah. Try and calm down. And
I am. I'm trying. I mean, I'm really trying because I saw him 7 weeks ago, and we talked about doing some events, and I feel so sad.
the owner of this cat sanctuary was safe. He had made it out of the fire. And he kept going back inside to rescue cats that were literally burning to death. You could see cats on the roof, many of them caged up, and they couldn't get out. 100 cats dead, the owner dead. And by all accounts, this man is being described as a hero. We see your calls coming in. We are about to get to them. I want to mention something that we did this morning as well. You know, these rocket scientists that keep attacking Tesla and Elon Musk, like you're going to make a dent in his bank account. Excuse me, Elon Musk has insurance. Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet. You're just wasting your time, and you're looking at the possibility of going to jail for a very long time. Does that make sense? No, of course it doesn't make sense. Bucks County, Pennsylvania. This rocket scientist decides to damage someone's Tesla, and then what does this brain surgeon do? He goes right outside Bucks County, a Planet Fitness gym. He goes inside to work out. You belong to Planet Fitness. I used to years ago, right? I'll work out with you folks mentally. I'll be there mentally with you. That's about it. So this rocket scientist, you have to show your ID when you go into Planet Fitness. He goes in, flashes his ID, and when the police come to investigate, of course, they go into the nearby Planet Fitness, and they pull the log, and bingo, there's the name and the address and everything. And the owner of this Tesla approached the man, and this is what that encounter sounded like.
Free service.
Free service? How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off with a towel.
No,
it's not
no.
heat.
It is a hate crime, sir. It is a hate crime. Did you write a swastika on there?
I'm sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work.
And then the conversation got even worse.
Tell Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I apologize.
For what?
I have nothing against your car, and I have nothing against you.
So why would you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the way
to show my... So Elon Musk owns that car? Because it was bought and paid for. It was bought and paid for a long time ago.
That's why it's misguided, and obviously I did not intend to do this.
Right.
He's been arrested and charged. So, folks, if you have nothing else to do in life but to go around damaging Teslas, then you need something to do. You need a hobby, bad, fast, quick, in a hurry. You've got nothing else to do. All of us out here, we're running our race. So the issue of jealousy, I always say this about people. I don't have time to be jealous of the next man, of the next woman, because I am running my race. I'm focusing on what I need to do. If the next person gets there first, good luck, congratulations. I'm running my race. You got nothing else to do but destroy Teslas and all of that so on. Then you've got issues. You've got problems. You need counseling. You need help. It's time to look in the mirror. 800-848-9222. We have a lot of calls coming in. I'm going to say, as I do each day, if you're trying to get through, just try back in a minute or so. One or two lines will clear up. Right now, if you call, it looks like you can't get through, but just give it a second and it will change momentarily. So a lot of you want to talk about this nut job that's accused of killing the CEO, healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. Let's go here. Let's go to Al in Yonkers. Al, what's on your mind?
Yeah, hi, Dominic. Dominic, for the Attorney General to say that he should be put to death, it's easier said than done. Because, as you know, the courts are, There's so many stays of execution. New York is not a death penalty state. If it is,
but this is the federal case that supersedes that.
Yeah, but it's not like Florida and Texas. For instance,
that's true. That's
Ted Bundy, who was a serial killer, he escaped to Florida purposely so he can get the death penalty, and it took many, many years before he was finally.
I got it, Al. So what do you do with a monster like this that happens to be a pretty boy and women are mailing him their panties? What do you do with a monster like this if he's the guy that did it?
For me personally, I would think it's great that he should pay with his life for executing an innocent person. But, the court system in the country is a mess.
Well, agreed. Thank you for the call, Al. I say let's wait it out. If it takes 20, 25 years, make an example out of him. The same thing you did to Brian Thompson. Let's stop acting like this man is some hero. If he's the one that did it, he's a cold-blooded killer that should be put to death. Oh, he's so good-looking, Dominic. How can you say that? Jay in New Jersey. What's on your mind, Jay?
Yeah, hey, Dominic. What about, the public figures that are yelling Free Luigi, like Bill Burr and so on? The social shame of doing that should be so bad. He should have to change his name, move to a different country,
Agreed.
That's just so awful.
But instead, this monster is a hero. He doesn't have enough time to respond to the fan letters. Think about what he did, Jay. He waited in cold-blooded murder on this, if he's the one that did it, on the streets of New York City. This man, Brian Thompson, is starting his day out. And what does he do? He waits for you to walk past him, and then he shoots him not once but twice. I'm sorry. I think we're nuts. I think we're absolutely nuts by making this guy some hero. He's lower than low. Thank you for the call, Jay. Hey, folks, I got to take a break. We see your calls from Sandra in New Jersey, Sal in Bayonne, Mike in Staten Island, Dominic in the Hudson Valley. By the way, I love your name, Dominic. I absolutely love it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to go to some of those calls